Hi, my name is Halbert Bello and I am an enterprise software specialist. And in today's video, I want to share with you what is evaluation and selection of an enterprise software. So stay tuned. Hi, my name is Halbert Bello. I am an enterprise software specialist. And in today's video, I will walk you through what it is an evaluation and selection of an enterprise software. So, an evaluation and selection of enterprise software is a discipline that has many resources and it has many phases as well. Usually, when companies go to the market searching for an enterprise software such as an ERP, CRM, or HR, HCM software, they go directly to the vendors and they start by asking if the vendors have a solution or if they don't have a solution for what they want and what they need. So, but instead of doing this way, we understand that first you got to start with understanding what you need in the first place. So, evaluating and selecting an enterprise software are the following stages of your internal research. So where does it start? Your enterprise software evaluation and selection starts with gathering requirements. So I made a video about processes or requirements, which is most important for the sake of evaluating and selecting enterprise software. I will leave this on the card at the end of this video so you can watch that video as well. But for the sake of evaluating and selecting enterprise software, what you want to have in hand to create comparison is a set of criteria. And in order to get a set of criteria, you need to do requirements. You need to specify requirements. You need to do requirements gathering. So with that said, your first step would be interview your end users to get them to tell you exactly what they need from the system, what they need the system to perform, how the system will flow the data across multiple departments, and what's expected from the system from the functional and technical standpoint. So once you have that, once you have organized all the criteria under areas, let's say you interviewed sales, you will have criteria for sales. You interviewed warehouse, then you have criteria for warehouse. You interviewed manufacturing, and you have criteria for manufacturing. Once you have all of that, you can put it together and review this criteria with the groups that you interviewed. See if they have a clear understanding of what you stated as criteria, as requirements. And then once it's confirmed by your end users, you can send it to the vendors and ask if the vendors have solutions for what you're asking for. So the idea is to issue a request for information. And then when you do it, you would just enter the evaluation phase. An evaluation will evaluate vendors under the criteria that you have. So the main idea is to have comparison and see which is the vendor that stands out from the others. And in an evaluation, you can start by researching many vendors. You can even utilize the website for the company I work for. It's called Technology Evaluation. You can visit technologyevaluation.com and you can find there thousands of vendors. And by researching these vendors, you can then invite them to participate in your evaluation. Some vendors will say, yes, we have the solutions for the requirements you have, and they will state to each requirement what kind of solution they have. And then you can create this comparison. You can compare the vendors side by side and get to your short list. So you went from a long list of vendors that you potentially knew already which vendors you wanted to invite. If you didn't know, you can research and then invite these vendors to participate. And now from that long list and from the requirements you had from that request for information, you can compare these vendors and eliminate those that are not a good fit for your needs. And based on fitment, you ideally will end up with 3 vendors to the selection phase, which follows the evaluation phase. So in the selection phase, we will utilize a more holistic set of requirements as well, and more subjective set of requirements to select which one of these 3 vendors is the best one. So by saying subjective requirements, I mean you may ask the vendors for clients' references, and then you will assess those references. You will ask these vendors to come in and do a demonstration for you. And demos are all about the vendor understanding your needs, understanding your market, and understanding your current situation and presenting well the solution. And during those demos as well, you will be in touch with the potential implementer of that solution to your company, so you can assess as well their knowledge, their expertise. So there you go with another subjective requirement. And also during the selection phase, you will issue a request for proposal, a formal request for proposal, the RFP, to these vendors, and they will come with pricing. And ideally, what you want are at least 2 informations. One is the pricing for the solution itself, could be subscription mode, could be hosting mode, could be licensing mode, or besides the subscription or licensing, you will also receive the pricing for the implementation. So with those 2, you can assess the implementation plan, you can assess the personnel, the experience of the consultants involved, and the time allocated for the implementation. You can do all sorts of assessments that are more subjective, that you feel like more in tune with your needs or not. And then by having weighted these holistic criteria as well, you can get to your finalist and the ideal vendor to your company. Of course, you will need to establish some weights, like let's say for functional requirements, you will attribute 70% of your decision because of a solution's fitment to your needs. And maybe pricing is just 10% of the weight of your decision. And maybe references are another 10%. And then the project plan for the implementation is another 10%. And there you go with 100%, weighted in 70 for requirements, 10 in references, 10 in pricing, and 10 in the implementation plan review. So once you have established this criteria and the weight that every and each of these have, you can then compare the solutions, and it will stand out one of these vendors as the finalist, as the vendor that you are more prone into doing business with. So the idea at the end is that you have assessed all venues and all opportunities, and you are clear on your decision. An ideal evaluation and selection project ends up with a clear choice. So you don't have doubts in your mind. You know that vendor, proven in demos, has proven in as well pricing, and has proven throughout the assessment you did that it is the best solution for your company. Of course, a evaluation and selection project for enterprise software has a multitude of different tools. I used to call an evaluation and selection project as a Swiss Army knife, so that you can use depending on the size of your company, depending on what you want to focus more on. You can pick and choose which tool you will utilize. There's more to what I just explained. There's more things that you can assess in evaluation and selection, but I wanted to give you an overview of what can be done and the results you should expect. And if you need any assistant, you can search for companies like the one I worked with, one I work for, which is technologyevaluation.com. And you can also drop a line here in the comment section and I will reach out to you. And also can research for other consultants like me to help you out through this process. So now at the end of the video, if you like, please leave us a comment and as well like and subscribe, because it is important to me that you like and subscribe so this content can get to other people as well. And by having more people to watch these videos, I can then talk to more people and we can fine tune the message and we can find different ways to help each other. So thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.